Fear of attack while asleep in their beds is forcing many people to hide in the bush at night, only returning to their villages in the morning. All across Birambizo, Grace finds women who want to space their pregnancies, and doctors and nurses willing but unable to help.
If only I knew how to delay my pregnancies, I would do so.
Can you help her?
In theory, I can help her, but in practice...
I mean, can you give her contraceptives now?
What, now?
Yes.
No, I haven't got any. There are no contraceptives in the whole Birambizo health zone.
None?
It's a real need for the whole population around here.
Absolutely.
Grace wants to hear a male perspective. Haragira Bitabi lost his 5 children in the war. He and his wife now live in a displaced people's camp. He's a suspected case of TB.
We sleep in fear. The women fear being raped and mutilated.
Why do men abandon their wives when they've been raped?
They're scared of getting infected.
Some people believe rape is a woman's fault. What do you think?
No, it's not her fault. But I'll also be scared of getting infected. So I'll make sure she was treated at the clinic before taking her back home. But I wouldn't abandon her.
Have you heard about male rape?
We find it very disturbing and we are scared. I'm also scared for myself. I'm scared to go to my fields on my own.
Many people don't like talking about male rape, so cases may be higher than most assume.
How many?
Among men, it's at least 20%. And for women?
So 20% of rapes are men and 80% women?
Yes.
So it could be higher than 20%?
Yes. But what we see here is around 20% of rapes on men.
So it could be more because most men just wouldn't come because of shame?
Because of the shame, yes.
Back in Katsuro, Leonia has given birth. Any complications would have meant a 4-hour trek on a stretcher to a clinic. Decent supply of cheap drugs and medical equipment would make such journeys unnecessary.
Where do even begin ending the suffering? An end to impunity. Justice seems as good a place as any.
By chance, Grace comes across a roadside court-martial. A group of soldiers and their officers stand accused of raping and terrorizing civilians. The symbolism does not escape some local women. They've been waiting all day to witness the scene. Women in the world's conflict zones need medical help, and they also need justice.
You are each sentenced to lifetime hard labor.
Although only a beginning, this is a real sign of hope. By far the biggest casualties of this conflict are civilians, not the fighters. And the women and children suffer the most. Their need is the greatest. Reproductive health care must be seen as a frontline priority, not something to think about only after the fighting is over.
asalaamaaleykum yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen a ngi seetaan Gambia Radio and Television Services man la seen xarit Maam Jeng borom bakku bi yéen da ngeen ko yëngal man ma di ko yëngal fii ci GRTS.
Hello, I'm Mudiwa, and I'm sure you've never heard about the weekly buzz before, but I will be buzzing into your homes every single week to bring you the latest buzz in town, only on GRTS.
Ngela mincham apalu alterima la mincham sen harit live sub connect GRTS.
Damane, kan mo am fit pour taxaw live? Reloma nga re ñepp dal di haatay. Man Abdoulaye Badji ci bir GRTS parenen pour ham who's the Gambia's funniest comedian. Te solen pare we gonna Gangnam Style.
Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
Coming up, it's Women's Magazine, next on GRTS.
Hello beautiful viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Women's Magazine, a program that empowers women with vital information in order to achieve their development targets. In tonight's program, our first segment is what are the services available at the reproductive health care at the Serekunda Health Center. Our second phase will be on Gamco Trap celebrated the International Day of Zero Tolerance to FGM, and with the team translate the resolution intensifying global efforts in the elimination of all forms of violence against women and girls. I am Fatoumata Simaha. Thank you for joining us. During pregnancy, a woman's body goes through many changes. These changes are entirely normal, but may become very important in case there are complications or problems. A pregnancy-related death is defined as the death of a woman during pregnancy. What can women do to prevent pregnancy-related death?